Hello, Retro Bro here. Give you another episode of Pokemon Community, and tonight's guest is Suavearc74. Say hello to everybody, man.
Hey, everybody.
So, one of the things that I'm pretty sure you already know I'm going to ask right off the back is, what motivated you to be a contest giveaway person? Like, what made you want to do that?
Well, I started my Twitter account about 2.5 months ago because I followed, like, King Nappy and everybody like that, and then I saw somebody that actually retweeted a giveaway, and it was Shiny Kalos, and it was just, like, a random thing, and he was like, I'm thinking of a Pokemon, what is it? And it was like, it's normally blue, but it's also purple, and I looked through it, and I'm like, I know, that's Kingdra, so I typed in Kingdra, and he's like, you want a Shiny? And I was like, man, this is awesome, I just want a 5IV Shiny Trevenant. I was like, I've been looking for one of these, and I was like, it'd be really nice if I could do this for other people too, because it made me have a great day, so I just started doing it.
That's really cool, man. I think that's something that everyone that's been on the show has said so far, including myself. Like, the Pokemon community on Twitter is just, like, so giving and loving and nice to everybody that it inspires you to want to be nice back. Like, even my first week, I won quite a few Pokemon, and I was amazed. Like, it's just a feeling. It's really nice.
It's just nice how we're all together, because, I mean, even if you don't win anything, like, we're all just, like, big family, and then even when anybody starts anything, like, people have always got each other's backs.
Exactly. Like, even with my channel, I get so much help and support from everyone. Like, a lot of people willing to do matches and stuff. A lot of people help with my my trailer, my GFX for my border and my banner. Like, just generally really nice people that want to help because of their love for Pokemon. And it's a really nice feeling.
Yeah, that's why I've stuck around, just because people are just so nice to me.
One question I was meaning to ask you that I haven't asked anybody else, it's actually pretty current, is, are you excited for the new remakes that's coming out?
Oh my god. I'm 17 years old, so I'm like right as old as Pokemon, but I've been playing, I mean, every single game ever since I was just a little kid, but I really got into Sapphire. That was the game that I really started to play. Played a little bit, played more competitively, so I'm really looking forward to getting Alpha Sapphire when it comes out.
Oh, so you started competitively way back then, huh?
Yeah, I was just a little kid. I know I was just getting whooped because I was just using these terrible Pokemon because I had no idea about anything, but that's where I got it all started. That's where I built all the teams, did contests, everything like that.
That's amazing. You've actually been competitive battling a lot longer than me. I didn't start till this gen.
I've been getting better this gen, but yeah, I've been doing it for a while.
So what would you say your favorite Pokemon was back in that gen for Ruby and Sapphire?
Ooh, I'm a huge fan of Absol and Gardevoir. Those are just probably my two favorites right there. Like, I always had them.
So you must love Pokemon X and Y then when you saw them both got Mega Forms.
Oh, when I saw the Megas, I was just freaking out just seeing all of that, because it's just so cool to see one of your favorite Pokemon just evolve so much and get something cool like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, what would you think would probably be a Mega for this game? Because I'm pretty sure they're not gonna, like, devolve and downgrade back just because it's a remake. I'm pretty sure they'll implement some new Megas. Like, well, we obviously know Latios and Latias are probably gonna be the Megas there because they're out now, but you know how they're not technically considered to be released?
Yeah.
So I'm more likely sure we'll see them there, but what else do you think might be done? Like, possibly the starters again?
I think the two other starters will get them, and I'm looking for, like, Gorbis and Huntail, because I think that'd be cool. And I also think they'll give Dusclops one, because, like, they gave Bayonet one, but they gave him into Dusknoir, so I think it'd be cool if they gave him, like, two different options. Like, you could have a Mega or Dusknoir.
Dusclops would actually be amazing, because Mega Bayonet is an offensive, like, wreck. Like, it wreck shop. But yeah. Dusclops is more defensive, so like a defensive ghost tank would be really interesting. Like, I would actually like to see the implementation for that if possible. I think, like, one of the other Megas I think would possibly be done, well, I would hope would be done, is if they go ahead and go with, I'm trying to remember the name. Mudkip's final form, the water and ground one.
Swampert.
Yeah, like, I'm really hoping they do it, because I've heard, like, a lot of speculation that they may not even do those two, even though they're starters, just because, you know, they weren't really huge fan favorites like Blaziken, but I really hope they do. And, like, what I'm hoping they do is not necessarily change the water ground typing, but maybe do something more with its ability. Like maybe Sap Sipper or something like that to make it more advantageous in the competitive game.
I hope they do it to where it's like they give you the mega form for it like they do in X and Y, but then you go and like you're talking with the professor and you get to choose one of the 6th gen Pokemon, like...
So you hunt for other mega stones, but
yeah.
your starter is a given.
Yeah, to where you get like the 3rd gen starter mega stone.
Yeah, that's definitely agreeable. Like, I like that concept too. I'll admit that it makes the game extremely too easy, but it's still really fun to just do an adventure like that. Like, I feel like if they could do that, but still make the game difficult, you would have a really decent balance for the new game. And since this is a remake, but using the same like layout that they did for X and Y, I think that they could actually do that. But at the same time, do you really think that they would do it? Because it's like Nappy said in his video, if they do it, what would be the relevance of people playing X and Y anymore? Like, you know what I mean? And you know they're not trying to get rid of that cash cow yet.
What I think is they'll like disable bank for a while, because it makes no sense if you would just be able to transfer over a bunch of level 100 Pokemon straight over to your game and just run through or have whatever you want. So I mean, it only makes sense if there were to be like something to where you couldn't get all the Pokemon right away.
So it's like if you want a Pokebank, you could still use for X and Y, but it's not going to be in the remakes. That makes sense. I can see them doing that. Another question I'd like to ask is, what really got you into Pokemon? Like, what like really piqued your interest and said, man, I love this game, I want to do it hardcore, this is what I want to do?
It was just the ability of just anything, just because if you play like a different game, like anything, like everybody does all the same stuff, but with Pokemon there's just so many Pokemon you can use, there's different sets, there's different tiers to battle, and it's just so original. Anytime you have a battle, you have no idea what's going to happen.
Very true. And it's still one of the very few strategy games that still use a large amount of luck.
Yeah.
Because usually in strategic like RPG games, the luck factor is a lot lower than what it is in Pokemon. And like, we all hate that it's like that, but at the same time, it's what we fell in love with the game for in the first place. So it's like, if they got rid of it, would it really be Pokemon anymore?
No, it wouldn't.
So it's like, even though it's irritating, it's something we love that I think should like stay in the game personally.
Yeah, there's the times where it gets really irritating because somebody does it to you, but then the next battle, you always do it to your opponent.
Or sometimes it gets real bad and you get hacked all the game.
Oh, God.
And those are painful.
I hate those days.
Especially since what they do now is with crits, you know, crits go straight through defense.
Yeah.
So no matter what your defense is, you're just taking the raw hit. Now, another question I would like to ask you is, like, there's actually a lot of Pokemon communities out there. There's Twitter community, there's Facebook, Tumblr has one. There's even a lot of Pokemon community that's not online. So, like, as far as Twitter goes, what on Twitter really attracted you to the Pokemon community?
It was just that everyone was just open and everything with each other. Like, we were always talking. Like, if I have any questions, I'll just tweet out something, and then I got a bunch of different responses. It's just everybody's always there helping out each other, willing to do whatever they can.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I know generally for me, I definitely felt the same way. And a lot of the other, like, communities, as far as Pokemon goes, aren't as active from what I see from my experience. And I've seen the other side of the fence because as a PokeTuber, you know, I do my stuff on YouTube and I tweet and send the information so you guys can see it, but I also send my stuff on dig.com, Tumblr, and Facebook. And though those communities do check out the stuff, because I can check out all that stuff on the analytics, they're very quiet communities. Like, they're a lot more quiet and they're not as active. And I love how active it is on Twitter. Like, there's always someone new you can meet every day. There's always someone new you can battle with and make new friends. And the other communities are just extremely quiet. Like, they're almost afraid to talk. But if you try to open them up a little bit, it takes some time, but it happens. But it's still just really quiet.
Yeah, Twitter's just completely open. Like, I mean, that's even how you and me met. It was just completely random.
Like, it shocked me coming in when I didn't know anybody, how nice everyone was and, like, open arms. I made a lot of good friends immediately. Speaking of which, I was meaning to ask you, like, as far as competitive battling goes, what tier do you like best?
I am a big fan of UU, just because it's not the standard OU where it's just everybody has a Talonflame, Ninja, and Charizard Y, and everything like that, but then I'm also trying to get into PU battling too.
Understandable. I'm actually working a lot of tiers right now, so I have a hard time, like, really deciding which one I like best. It was UU at one point, but now that I'm starting to do all the lower tiers, it's just amazing. Like, I'm really enjoying playing RU, UU, and I'm gonna start messing around a lot with NU now that it's out. Actually, do you know NU beta's out right now?
NU's out? I had no idea. Oh my gosh, I know what I'm doing after this now.
Nexus tweeted about it. I checked it out. It is official. NU beta is officially up on Showdown.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna check that out
and
now.
And there's all types of broken mess down there. Mr. Mime, Archeolops, Chatot.
Oh gosh.
And Chatter isn't banned either. And it's 100% confusing when you use that move.
That's gonna be fun to check out later.
Mm-hmm. I actually have a little team together. Like, if you have some free time later, we should do a battle.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll put our team together.
It'll be a lot of fun, and I can put it up on the channel too.
Awesome.
But as of right now, man, I'm gonna have to close out the interview. Unfortunately, because of the constraints of YouTube, I can't go too long with recordings, or it really doesn't upload too well.
Alright.
So it was nice having you on the show. And if you guys like this video, just like, comment, subscribe, send plenty of comments. Also show love to Suavearc74. I'll have down in the description his Twitter page so you guys can check him out, talk with him, trade with him, maybe have a few battles. And as usual, I've been Retro Bro, and I'm signing out. Have a nice Saturday, everyone.